Alright, hello everyone, my name is Christian Werner and welcome to the third Virtual Senior Tech Help tutorial. Today we'll be presenting Texting Made Easy, and this will be for identifying the app, choosing who you're going to text, understanding punctuation, and how to send the message. I want to give a reminder that all of this will be recorded, so if you missed something during the tutorial, simply visit our Wilkes-Barre YMCA YouTube channel where I will have this posted so you can watch it again. So, first thing I want to do is cover the types of smartphone operating systems I will be covering for this tutorial. There are two main operating systems most commonly used in today's smartphones, and that is the iOS, which is also known as the iPhone, and then there's the rest, such as Samsung or Google, that uses Android operating systems. If you want to know what operating system your smartphone uses, simply look on the back of your phone, and if you don't see an Apple logo like this on the back of your phone, then you're using an Android. If you do see an Apple logo on the back of your phone, then you're using an iOS operating system. Now, bear in mind that the operating system for Android, the format can vary depending on what smartphone you have. But most have similar symbols and formats, so it's not too hard to figure out. So, okay, I'm going to start with the iOS operating system, also known as the iPhone for the message app. The first thing you got to do is look for the message app. Now, if you look at the bottom left of my screen here, this is what the message app should look like. Once you open this app, this is the screen you should see on the right side. This is assuming that you've already received messages on your phone, so there is clearly a history of past messages on your phone where you can continue to message. If you would like to start a new message, this can be done by tapping the blue square box at the top right of your phone screen. That's right here. As you can see in my example here, it's labeled as Start a Conversation. Tapping this will bring up a keyboard where you can search the person you want to message, and from there you can begin texting. Now, I want to take a closer look at the iPhone keyboard. So starting on the left bottom example on my screen, this will be the standard keyboard you will see when you start a new message. Ignoring all letters, including the spacebar, I want to talk about the two arrow buttons you see on either side of the lowest level of the letters on your board. Right on this level of buttons here. The arrow on the right is the backspace button. This is what you will use to remove letters you have already typed out. The arrow on the left here is the caption button. Tapping this button will capitalize the next letter you type. And though it may be hard to see, at the very top right corner of this example is an arrow pointing up. If you tap this arrow, the phone will send whatever message you have typed up. Now make sure you review your message before sending it, because it cannot be undone once the message is sent. Moving on to the left side of my example, the right side of my example, is the secondary keyboard. This keyboard is used for punctuation and numbers. To get to this keyboard, you will need to press the 1, 2, 3 button on your standard keyboard. This is located right below the caption button, right here. See, 1, 2, 3. To return from the secondary keyboard to the standard keyboard, press the ABC button at the very bottom of the very bottom left corner of the secondary keyboard. This will instantly take you back to the standard keyboard. Alright, now I want to go over the Android. I want to go over the message app for the Android users. This is for any phone that isn't an iPhone, alright? This is going to be tricky. This is going to be a little tricky because the format for the message app for Android users can vary based on what phone you have. However, the steps to texting on this operating system are pretty much the same despite some different appearances. So starting with identifying the app, the left example right here on my screen is what the message app might look like. Now keep in mind that this app may be in a different color, but will still be defined as messages. So as long as it's titled messages, that's probably what it is. Some phones, I've seen some Android operating systems have more than one message app, so just be a little curious, look around, explore. There might be more than one message app. Look at them. Look at all of them. If I'm assuming that if they have messages already in them, that's the one you're signed into. So just look around. If you find a message app that looks like this, that's what you should be looking for. So now looking on the right side of my screen, let me just zoom in here so I have a closer look. There we go. Right side of my screen right here, I have an example of what your message screen could look like. Now, there are multiple ways to start a message depending on what phone you are using. However, your current messages will still be the first thing that comes up when you open the app. And to start a message, all you got to do is look for a symbol that stands for starting a new message. Some of these symbols may be very obvious and may be very clearly spelled out to you as start a new message. As you can see here, for this example, there's a button down here called Start Chat. You just tap on that. It could also be a plus sign or 3 dots. These symbols will more than likely be in the corner of your screen. So, for example, right here, there's another, the 3 dots I was talking about. This could also be an option to start a new message. But no matter what, you will not have to leave this screen to find this kind of symbol. It will always be on this screen. You won't have to go looking anywhere else. So once you find your symbol, simply tap on it, and you will simply need to go through the same steps as I described before. A keypad will come up, just type in who you want to message, and begin to text. Alright, I'm going to zoom out here real quick. Now, the keyboards here are pretty straightforward. For Android operating systems, they aren't too different from the iPhone operating systems. Now you will still have your backspace and captcha buttons between the lowest set of letters on your keyboard right here, and you will still have your 1, 2, 3 button at the bottom left corner. And as I said before, the 1, 2, 3 button will take you to the secondary keyboard, which is used for punctuation. To send a message, look for a arrow at the top right of your keyboard here. So it looks something like this. This arrow may look a little like a paper airplane, but no matter what the symbol looks like, it will always be at the top right corner. I have 2 different examples here, and both buttons to send the message are both at the top right corner of your keyboard. I like to point out here, if this is the first time you are learning to text, I would recommend practicing the text with someone you know, someone who knows you are trying this. That way there's no misunderstanding if you accidentally send a message you didn't mean to send. So give it if this is if this is the first time you are learning the text, try and do this with someone you know. Let them know, have them in the same room as you. Let them know, all right? Alright, so that is all you should need to know for basic smartphone texting. And I would like to remind everyone that after each of these tutorials, I will post the meeting on the Wilkes-Barre YMCA YouTube channel. And if you weren't able to join us live and are watching this on the YouTube channel now, please feel free to ask questions and give your suggestions in the comments below. There, I will review and answer questions for 1 week after posting each video. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next tutorial.